High speed turn! Deja vu!
Deja vu. I just been in this place before. Higher on the street and the noise went up to go.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
And it's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. And today we have the second episode of Season 2 of Vinland Saga.
Yes, sir. You guys seen our reaction for the opening, the ending, and the episode. 2 for 2 when it comes to the opening and ending, by the way. 2 for 2 for this season. And, well, really, it's been for all of the OPs and endings. It's been 100%, all right? But in the episode last week, we started off meeting a new character named Einar. He was with his family on a farm in a village, you know, living a great life, a good life, until he realized he was in Vinland Saga. Yeah, a bunch of savages came in, just burned down the village after he already said that it got burned down in the past, and they rebuilt it, so that made it even worse, knowing that beforehand. And then they came in, same thing happened. His mother got shot with an arrow in the back. She ends up dying. But she was telling him to, like, she was instilling that grit and that strength within him to, like, just keep on moving forward, tatakai, and fight, you know. No, but she was trying to instill that grit into him, and also to get him and his sister out of there. His sister, he froze up. He got hit in the nose. His sister got captured, and then she had stabbed one of the savages with a pin, and then he ends up slicing her. She dies too, so he lost his mother and his sister in, like, you know, a few minutes of the episode. And then he ends up getting captured, brought into slavery. That's how his story has started. Now he's a slave. Yeah, he was starting to have a lot of doubts in life in terms of, like, freedom, living in general. It apparently changed towards the end as he got brought to the grain area, which somebody had finally had got him as a slave. But it seems like that guy should be pretty decent compared to the other slave masters, I guess you can say. Because
in comparison, question mark, but
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Holders, you know, I don't know.
Right.
I don't really think we should compare, you know, these oranges, but
that's true.
regardless.
But you know, regardless, I was just saying, because, like, okay, he's bringing them to, like, a farm, which he's good at, that kind of stuff. So I would assume his life would be a little different. I don't know, who knows, but the guy didn't look that malicious, but it's nowhere here nor there anyway. But we finally see our boy Thorfinn. He's older, obviously. We don't know how long it's been. It's probably been, like, I don't know, like 3 years, 2 years,
couple years,
typical anime type. And yeah, and this is how him and Thorfinn meet, even though they didn't really officially meet yet, but he narrated that part, so he said so. That was pretty much the recap. I don't really have anything else to say other than great start, and I'm excited to watch all of this up until the summertime.
Yeah, I just have one question. I don't know the answer to this question, but is Thorfinn a slave or is he an indentured servant? Because I would lean more so towards the end, but, you know, he was very broken once his father-in-law, essentially, Escalade, got put down. But yeah, other than that, I want to reiterate everything that Vontae said. Beginning of the season was absolute perfection. OP, ED, the actual episode, Einar's backstory. I'm really looking forward to the character progression that we're going to get, not only from Einar, but also from Thorfinn. So
right. And also, one thing I forgot to mention before we head into it is Leif Erikson was still, you know, searching for Thorfinn. And he actually had an encounter with Einar, and it was a little comedic moment there. But Einar, he heard him say Thorfinn's name, obviously, so that's why he, you know, he can connect the two. He can put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, this is bald old guy looking for you. And I'm assuming he'll probably eventually tell him. I don't know when or what would be a good time, or if it even matters to Thorfinn right now, but that's still something else to think about too going forward.
Yeah, definitely. All right, but other than that, you want to just get right into it?
Yep, straight into it right now, man. Right about now. Mappa stole their whole flow. That's funny.
What's funnier, did Mappa steal it from Wit, or is this now associated officially with Vinland?
The latter.
This psychedelic death that we have represented here, oh, goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Look at that boy.
That's a grown man.
Like, man. I wonder if that's his sister right there.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Like, she looks like...
Yeah, she could be Ilva. He's just forcing it on him? Okay.
エイナル、ここが何に見える？違うな。ここはな、未来の小麦畑だ。
You know something I'm thinking too? Like, obviously he'll be helping Thorfinn, teach him efficient ways when it comes to like farming, and also he might give him a new passion.
Whoa, this guy like... Okay, so is Thorfinn a slave then?
Seems like it.
This guy does seem earnest, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that like... That might take 10 years.
Right.
Oh, that's cool. He sticks around.
This is good.
It's very different than what I expected this to be.
Because I feel like something like this would be like, first they will start out like with like a trash like owner, and then they eventually you know, get to somebody that's better. I usually see that kind of progression usually in stories. Bro, I don't want to talk, man. My second dad died.
My dad twice removed from my life.
I would say he does a great job writing Thorfinn because, and I've said this already, but like in season 1, he was one of my least favorite characters, purposely though.
He's definitely on an upward trend, but yeah, his start, it was just like, he was a shell of a character.
And like,
dude, like, did you see the size of what they have to... Ain't no way. Dude, come on. You know how to work an axe. Okay, you're not going to be free by tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, you go right down the street to Taco Bell. There is something going on this farm.
Then again, earlier I did say how like usually stuff starts off bad and gets better. I feel like this might end up going bad too at some point. Like maybe other people will catch on that this slave master is like more nicer and genuine with them, and then they'll be petty.
Like moldy bread or something? Like seeds? Yeah, that's about what I expected.
You see, I'm a big boy, man. You gotta give me more than that. If you want me to work on this farm... Wow.
Oh, that's for both of them? What a question.
That is definitely a question right there.
I mean, what did you expect, Einar? Like...
Naive. But it's kind of crazy how naive he is, though. Like, your family literally died in front of you. Your dad also died. You lost your farm before. Like, I don't know. I understand this is like a whole new thing. You know, he's never been a slave before, but like, dude, you know how people are. Humanity is always how they are. Barbaric.
Duh.
See, he got horsepower. A lot of horsepower. Remember when that boy Thorkel really uppercutted a horse? That was crazy.
And like, legit sent it flying in the air.
That was ridiculous. Great training arc.
Why can't you just like turn it? Why do you need to lift it? God, this is so intense for moving a log. Let me guess, you can't hunt on the land without the master's permission. Thorfinn is so broken.
Yeah. Can't wait till they have that little conversation about their where they come from, their backstories and whatnot. The boy Einar gonna be like, oh shit, that's rough, buddy.
But Einar is a naive spark that Thorfinn needs in his life right now, because it's almost like he's half asleep.
Never mind.
Well,
it's not.
Not his sister.
Never mind. It's not his sister.
Nothing.
Who's that? His daughter?
Oh, most definitely. Okay, so the question becomes: is that his son or is that her betrothed? Betrothed? I don't use that word often, so I don't know how to say it.
That looks funny.
Why don't they got no faces?
I noticed that the last episode when he had stole the food, they did it then too. It was just kind of funny.
Like, it doesn't look bad on her because she's so far away from the viewpoint.
Yeah, it was close enough.
They were definitely close enough to where you should have did something. High speed turn! Deja vu!
Deja vu. I just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and the noise went to go.
So he's actually working the field too.
So you can tell he's passionate about this.
Yeah, maybe it's not as cynical as I was initially thinking.
I'm like, damn, he got so lucky he got picked up by him. Other people, obviously, they would make slaves do the most ridiculous shit ever. And this is actually like purposeful. And he's done shit like this before, so it works out for him.
So this guy's all about efficiency.
So he's around the age Thorfinn was in the first season. And then Einar's gonna be the son that he always wanted now. Oh, gonna do that.
Somewhere you ain't, shithead.
Nope. He's not taking over this farm, I'm telling you. If that girl's your boy, yeah, she's his daughter. He's gonna get with his daughter. He's gonna lead the farm, own the farm one day.
Yeah, this guy is not a warrior. He can't even pull the whole sword out of the sheath. You'll see. You'll all see. Oh, so Canut's kind of made a name for himself already. Missed. While your girl's there? Damn. Cap.
Isn't that Canut's brother?
Yes.
I remember that name. Oh.
Excuse
What?
me?
That is...
Different
Yeah,
time
I was about to
period.
say, I was literally about to say, that's strange, but I was like, but then again, that's just, you know.
Oh my! And the stupid horse. Oh my god. Different time period, man.
Y'all sold the bag, man.
See, that's hard though. Like, whenever your dad's like runs or creates a successful business, like he would want to pass it on to your children. How drunk are you guys? Come on, walk straight. What are you doing? They're just trampling all over that field. Is he about to murder these guys? Mama. I don't know why. I'm just on like perpetually on edge in this show.
I can see that.
Like things are going smoothly. Running a farm. But why?
Boy looking like Jet from Avatar. The same thing happened. Fire Nation strolled in.
Love his violin and piano in the background.
That is a quote right there. Beast in human skin. But yeah, this OSC is going crazy.
Oh, it's gonna flash back to his childhood when he saw the Vikings pillage.
They've been there, done that, buddy.
Oh, we got the drums in the background. That felt.
I'm really enjoying this, man.
It's a slow burn.
And I know there's people that will not enjoy this because what Vinland's first season was all about, you already know. Like the meatheads. That's another thing too. Imagine binging through season 1 and then you binge through season 2 as well.
So I know this is a topic of discussion with One Piece, but I do feel like there was a different experience between myself, who I binge One Piece as opposed to the weekly reading or the watch throughs. I do feel like it would hit differently, maybe not in a bad way or a positive way, but it would just be a different experience for Vinland Saga.
I'm trying to hear that full song soon too.
Mappa took like 2 weeks
right.
to post to the
It
OP
was
and the
busy.
ED,
Everybody was busy.
Fake.
Thorfinn, I can't wait to. It's gonna make me a fan of Thorfinn a lot. Cause like I said, in season 1, for obvious reasons, like Thorfinn was a character that was all about revenge and violence and this and that and the third. But the thing is, he's written so well that he was purposely supposed to make me feel like dude, like chill. Especially towards like the latter half of the season. Because every single episode, even when Askeladd was telling him about how he killed his father and whatnot, he still wasn't really listening. Seeing Thorfinn like this, broken, even though obviously being broken is not a good sight to see someone in, but for his character growth, it's very much needed, and I can't wait until he, like, that's gonna be dope once he gets out of this, like, whatever this is, this emptiness. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to, especially with Ketlin's son, how you mentioned earlier that he reminds you of that kid from Thorfinn's village when he was a kid, and it was just a socially constructed mindset that men become warriors, they go off to battle, and you either die in battle or you come home a victor.
Right.
And for the son to say, I'm going to prove myself with the sword. He mentioned he would go to England. Did he say that?
Yeah, he said he was going to go to England and join Canut's army. I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Yep. So for him to have this battle lust, and Thorfinn's already seen way too much war in his young life. So, as we mentioned kind of in the first episode's reaction, how Thor's was a foil to everyone. I feel like he's going to be a great foil to Ketlin's son. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. But that's going to be a cool dynamic and conversation. So, say that this peaceful farm with slaves working towards their freedom, it gets invaded by the Danes.
Right.
It gets invaded by another slaveholder. Who's to say?
Right. And it's going to be interesting because, like, I agree with that. Like, if he kind of learns, like, to chill out, not go into war like that, because he's coming from a great family, a great kind of life, you know, or at least a lot of us will agree on that. And for him to wanting to go into war, you know, Thorfinn, he was somebody that also, he had a great life, but he was forced into, you know, that essentially. Well, he got on the ship and then all that stuff happened, you know. But it's going to be interesting.
It's survival
instinct.
Right.
It's going to be interesting, though, because he could teach him something different. And he could also have, like we've been saying with Einar, maybe showing Thorfinn, like, a new kind of passion, you know. Really, they all can learn from each other. That's what I'm getting from it so far. They all come from different backgrounds and somewhat similar backgrounds, too, between Thorfinn and Einar, you know, when it comes to the pillaging and all that stuff, people coming into the village, things like that. And also Thorfinn even being a part of that, going to villages and burning them down and stuff like that. So
yeah, he was a pillager.
So it's going to be interesting to see just all three of them, their growth. I would hope that, I don't know his name either, but his son, Ketil's son, I hope that he doesn't die. Because this kind of character, I hope he can learn before he gets to that point.
It's funny you say that. I thought that woman, as soon as I saw her, I was just like, okay, she's gonna die. Not necessarily Ketlin's son, but Ketlin's son, I feel like he would have to live with the consequences of wanting warfare. Because it's one thing to want to go into battle, and we can somewhat relate this to kind of present day military enrollment with a lot of these kids. I can speak on this from a personal perspective, since my brother, he was in the Marine Corps, and there is a mindset among new recruits that it's almost like a suppressed violence tendency. I'm not going to overgeneralize, of course, but there is definitely a want, or at least an initial gut reaction to where you want to, I don't know, necessarily protect, but just like to enact violence to prevent violence enacted on you. So we'll see if he's ready for the smoke when the smoke comes to this farmland. But
yeah. Or maybe even Thorfinn can help him out in another way. Maybe he will teach him how to fight, even though Thorfinn probably like, I don't want to do that, but you know, you look pretty weak. Look how you're carrying the sword. What are you doing? Help him out. But, you know, who knows? And by the way, his name is Omar. I went back.
Oh, okay. Omar. Okay.
I don't have anything else to say, though, on my end.
Yeah, it was a relatively, like I said, slow burn episode, so I don't have much else to add.
All right. Today. Well, you guys already know the drill. At the end of every video, I always say, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean, stay tuned. We're going to be doing Vinland Saga until June. Like I said, it's a bar. I'm gonna keep saying that. But yeah. So hope you guys all have a good one. Stay safe. Peace.
Peace.